This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
Yes, shalom.
Shalom to you.
Do you have a question that you'd like to talk to me about, sir?
Yes, I was checking out the search engine video, and I was listening to the show and whatnot, and I was just sitting there listening, and I was wondering if you could answer a question for me. I've got, some years ago, I got my hair cut by a barber, and I developed like this. I guess what the most recent doctor that I saw, he called it folliculitis. I'm pronouncing it right. And it's like the skin is in my head, and it's like a scab, and it itches real bad from time to time. And I put like a tiger star ointment on it to kind of suppress it, make it kind of go away, but it's not gone. I'm trying to figure out how to get it out, get rid of it. And I was just wondering if you could help me out with that.
Okay, I'll be glad to give you the answer to that. Is it all right if I record this without your name, with no telephone numbers, no information about you? But is it all right if I record this so I can share this with other people so that they would have an answer to this problem?
Sure.
Thank you very much. So, okay, this is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst, Master Herbalist, and for religious purposes and for educational purposes, we're talking about a disorder where an infection was caused, maybe by a hair clippers clipping the skin, or something during a haircut, making the skin causing a rash, or transferring some kind of a skin disorder from maybe one person's haircut to a next person's haircut. And it winds up being some kind of an itis, infection, which is an infection of the skin, and so when herbalists are working with skin disorders like that, they start looking at things like tea tree oil and dabbing tea tree oil onto skin disorders, infections, and very often they clear up and never come back. Excuse me. But that's one thing, okay?
Okay.
And if you haven't tried tea tree oil, that's one thing. Now here's another.
Okay.
There is a salve that has been used by some herbalists for tumors and cancers, skin cancers, and so forth, and they call it black salve. And of course the authorities are all over that. Boy, they don't want anybody to have any of that stuff. And so anyway, it's called black salve, and it is available. And I did invent a black salve, and there is a black salve on my website. And of course I make no claims or cures for it, but it's hard to get. And yes, there's a couple of different things. The tea tree oil would be something you can dab on, and something you keep around if you ever had like an infection that didn't want to heal or something. You can dab this on. In Australia, the military, in every one of their kits, used to be, I don't know, World War II at least anyway, and of course as the Australian military that helped out in Vietnam and so forth, they carried tea tree oil in their kit because it would get rid of infections. and stop serious infections from boiling over and becoming a bad infection, and very often would just clear right up. So tea tree oil is pretty...
Not to cut you off, I've had this for about, let's see, I've had this since around 2005.
I see. Good. Okay, so those are a couple of things, and no, please join in anytime, because you know we're talking together, and so and it's important to know that it's gone on now for 8 years. So those are a couple of things externally that could be valuable to know about if you'd have that type of a situation. Now, internally, we need to be looking at building up the immune system and fighting off any kind of, where the body is strong enough to fight all kinds of infections off. We need to increase the immune system. So it's kind of like, okay, you want a race car engine, you got to put in race car fuel. So now we're talking about taking and finding out about super veggie powder, number 3600, and getting a tablespoon of that into your diet every day for a while. We're talking about finding out about the state-of-the-art multiple vitamin liquid called Intramax, and making sure you get a half a capful in the morning and a half a capful at night. All of these things are going to increase your overall endurance and stamina and energy immensely. The third most important thing, if we're going in descending order of super nutrients to really boost up the immune system to where you can fight things off that you normally couldn't. And this goes for people, that have health disorders and people who don't have health disorders. This is just one way to build yourself up and increase your immune system. So it's Intramax. It's number 3600 Super Veggie Powder. It's amino acid, multiple amino acid complex. It's where you're taking some multiple amino acids. That helps the liver. That gives you tissue rebuilding immediately. So that's one of the first things in the morning that would be wonderful to have. At least just before breakfast. Multiple amino acids, because that's going to give you tissue repair and a real nourishment boost, a protein boost in the morning, and your liver doesn't have to work for it.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. Welcome home, honey. That's my daughter. She just arrived. So okay. Now, so here's the third thing. I'm going to give you 3 superfoods. One of the nutrients that makes this Intramax liquid vitamin that's 421 nutrients in it, all plant derived, no synthetics, this is a state-of-the-art. That's why you have to ask for the Intramax. You can't order it online, but when you call the 800 number, or you call the office number, which is to order, that's 541-791-8400, and then you can ask them for Intramax. They'll give it to you, and the same thing with fulvic acid, because these are nutrients that are protected by their owners, and they are by prescription only. So you have to know someone who is a doctor in order to get it. So therefore, that's why I'm letting you know that that's how to get it. Is just call them up and let them know that it's okay for you to have it, and they'll give it to you. So that third nutrient is fulvic acid. Fulvic acid, BIC acid, fulvic acid. What that is that is where an ancient forest has had a land mass cover it up and compress it down until that forest becomes shale. And that makes it like super ancient. Okay, now, so when you take that shale, ancient forest powder, which is shale, and you take that shale, and you can get it in a liquid form. Take about a teaspoon of that. That is the most nutritious thing you can do. It'll even also help to absorb radiation, as well as give you nutrients, super minerals that are ancient. So that is an incredible thing to know about, and I'm sure that the FDA and the food authorities definitely don't want you to know about that. But those are three immune boosters. But there's lots of different things that we can do for the skin. We can make sure that you're using a good soap. So we make our own soaps. So when you go on that website, healthherbs.com, you can look at the different kinds of soaps. My favorite soaps are always lavender. I love lavender soap, but they're all natural soaps. So using a good natural soap to wash with, that's going to be a plus. Things to boost your immune system. 85% of all mouth odor is from bacteria on the tongue. The toothpastes and tooth regimens of today are outdated. Many diseases are caused in the mouth. Many immune disorders, colds, flus, it starts in the mouth, and there is something called oral care fresh, brush or rinse. And this particular liquid, when you gargle with it, it kills all the bacteria in your mouth, hardens your teeth, remineralizes your teeth, reverses tooth infection, hardens the gums, and makes your teeth so hard that you can actually use a strong abrasive on your teeth after a while. If your teeth are sensitive, it will take a while to build up a little bit, maybe a few weeks, few months, but then you'll be able to use baking soda and hydrogen peroxide in the morning, which will then whiten your teeth and polish your teeth to where they're a gleaming white. And then in the evening, and also disinfect the mouth. But in the evening, then you're using that oral care fresh brush and rinse formula to either to gargle with and to brush with and clean your teeth. And you only have to touch your teeth gently, because it's soaking into the teeth, and the teeth are not holding onto any bacteria or anything. So your teeth are almost perpetually, with this method, perpetually your teeth are clean and shiny all the time. Unless you've just eaten, then, But that is a regimen that kills a lot of disease-causing organisms that enter through the mouth. So that's another way to boost the immune system, and also have make you never have to go to the dentist. Let's see. So and there are other things that we can do for blood cleansing and detoxification if this thing is in the blood. If this.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you, because I was wondering, like, sometimes it itches so bad in my hair that I be scratching so it just starts bleeding, and I'm just trying to figure out what is it. First of all, that's what I'm trying to figure out. The closest I've come to realizing it is they call it folliculitis. I can spell it for you, but you like
Okay.
of the information.
Okay. Folliculitis,
Will that
yes.
give you
Yes, I got it.
folliculitis? And it's basically just something dealing with the hair follicles and whatnot. And it's like right now I kind of have a lot of hair. And I'm thinking about shaving it. It's usually not that bad when I shave my hair bald, but when my hair starts to go back, it flicks up real bad. And I'm trying to just, like I say, figure out like what would you recommend that I could use to get rid of it? Like,
Okay. We need something to lubricate the skin because it's almost like an eczema kind of thing as well. You know what I mean? These kind excuse me. These kinds of things can be crossbred to where it's kind of like a bacteria and a fungus and a virus, and you start getting these hybrid combinations of things going on, and so they defy medicine. However, they generally yield to an herbal regimen of both internal, external, like we're talking about, building yourself up, and then topically lubrication. We need something with jojoba oil in it because that's very penetrating and lubricating. So if you get a soap, get a soap with jojoba oil in it, and then we need to find out what kind of a skin lubricant works best with your skin type and texture, and so therefore then you're going to look at some various salves and ointments on that website, and you're going to see which one of them, is it red rash skin? Is it a red rash skin formula? Is that what the salve? That one's a great salve against interesting things, that could be fungal or viral or whatever. So that's an interesting formulation. So these are attacking. Excuse me. And these things are these salves can be pretty powerful.
well, I'm actually on your website now because, like I said, I was listening to
Uh-huh.
the show and I was checking it out then, but I wasn't sure what I should get, so that's why I made the phone call.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the website. I'm going to go with you now. I'm going to go up there. I'm going on the website. Oops, wait. I got to go up here. And now I've got to go over here. All right, let's go to, let's take a look at products.
Okay.
Okay, da-da-da-da. Let's go over here to oils, liniments, lotions. Hopefully it has salves. Otherwise, I'm going to go to hygiene. Wait a minute, let's go to hygiene. I'm sorry.
All right, hold on.
Okay, let's see. So first I'm on the website, healthherbs.com.
I'm there. I'm on the page with you.
Okay, all right. Then we're in products and we're on hygiene. Okay.
Right, I'm with you.
Okay, he's there already. Okay. Here's an antiseptic wash for a distance. This is like a poison ivy, poison oak for psoriasis, rectal itch, skin disorders, skin eruptions, sore throat, whatever it is. You can use this antiseptic wash internally, externally, and you can even use it for sinus infections. There's this antiseptic sinus wash for infections. We're going down here now. Now we're looking at a Calendula Marigold soap. Okay, and burn spray, and cinnamon sensation soap, comfrey poultice pack mixer, eczema skin renewal external formulation. So all of these are skin formulations for open sores and various things. And here's a facial cleanser lotion with Castile blended soap that was made for clinics. So there's green tea, antiseptic green teas. So there's all these various cleansers, and let's see. This is ear oil, fight infection, earaches, pain, jewelweed, MSM toothpaste, myrrh poultice.
I think probably I know I'm gonna order the calendula.
Calendula.
So I'm gonna try that out.
Calendula. Let's go take a look at that. So let's take a look at the ingredients in the calendula marigold. It's got calendula flowers, chamomile, St. John's wort, white willow, and lavender. And yeah, that's quite nice. It would be a very, very nice soap. So okay, so that gives us one thing, but also I would also ask for some jojoba oil, because jojoba. Let's see if we can even find it here. Maybe I can go to the search engine and type in J O jojoba. I think I got it. Jojoba. I think I spelled it right, I hope. Hey, I did it. Jojoba oil. That's number 6648.
Okay.
And so when you click on, did you go there?
Yeah, I typed it in. What exactly are you?
6648. So 6648 jojoba oil. What that is, that helps psoriasis and dermatitis, and it's a moisturizer for skin and hair. And the big deal is, it is the most penetrating oil of all the oils, and it penetrates and cleans out the follicles of the hair.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
what website did you pull up under? I see like a whole bunch of different websites like Amazon.
Oh, where'd that come from?
I'm saying when I typed it in the Google search engine, it just took me all everywhere.
Oh yeah. So when you typed in jojoba?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's popular. Yeah, it's popular. You know, take you everywhere because jojoba oil is widely used. But at any rate, when you're back on our website, you're just looking at jojoba oil, when this is this is 2 ounces of pure oil. Okay, so then you would, in other words, after you'd showered, you could or shampooed your, or even before you shampoo your hair, you could use a little with the shampoo, and it would help to help the shampoo to clean out the follicles. Afterwards, if you use just the oil, then it would lubricate the scalp and protect against dermatitis and psoriasis and skin disorders. So it's historical and traditional uses.
Okay, I think I'll add that to the list, to the queue.
Okay, so that's now I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back again. I'm going back, and here's the soap, and I'm going to go back from the soaps, and I'm going backwards here, and okay. So as you see here, there are other things. This is a good place to start. Okay, this is a good place to start, and the one thing is, let's look at a salve. Let's type in red rash. Okay, and yeah, we're going to type in red rash down in the search engine. Red, R-A-S-H, and we're going to type in search, and it brings up red rash salve, and number 6514. 6514. So now we look at number 6514, and it tells us that this salve is an all-around ointment that gets rid of all types of rashes and reduces inflammation, and it's excellent for diaper rash. It's got comfrey, plantain, golden seal, myrrh, echinacea, eucalyptus, olive oil, and beeswax, and vitamin E. And I like that. And I like that,
Okay.
because that could be, because that's extremely antiseptic and tissue building and healing all in the same, and all at the same time. And so it's a wonderful salve to keep in mind for all kinds of things. I mean, even for dry feet and cracks between the toes and stuff, you use that red rash salve, forget it. It clears up.
Okay, so it's not oil, is it? It's like something you just,
It's
like
a-
a
it's a-
rubbing lotion or something like that?
It's a salve. It's a little jar of salve. It's a little jar of salve. It's like an ointment.
Okay.
And it's just an all-around wonderful salve. Now I'm going to give you one more, because if these don't do it, because in descending order you can try a few. I'm just going to give you one more, so you have one more, and that would be. I'm looking for. Right, it's such a. All right, there's the tea tree oil down there. Do you see that? At the bottom of the red, down at the, when you type in red rash salve, down there below it also had
The tea tree oil, essential oil of tea tree?
yeah, 63.98. So that's another one. I always have a bottle of that around. I mean, you never know. But and this funny thing, I don't infect. So if I cut myself, I just don't infect. So I don't have to be real careful. I'm careful anyway, but I'm clean and I don't infect. And it's very.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see. Let's go back here, because we're still on the trail here. We were looking at all these. Oh, here we go. Now we're back here under hygiene, right? Okay. Now we're getting back under hygiene. Okay. Are you with me? Let me know when you're there, because I'm going to the bottom. I'm going to the bottom of hygiene. I've looked at the menu, and I've looked in under products, and now I'm looking under hygiene, and here we are at the bottom, and it says near the bottom, under oral care, refresh, brush or rinse. Do you see it down there? Number 1498. If you don't find it there, just type in 1498.
I said oral care, refresh, brush, and rinse.
You got it. So now let's take a look at that. So see, this is a really interesting thing. It took a long time to get this figured out. But the xylitol remineralizes your teeth. The colloidal silver water kills all bacteria, fungus, anything, kills everything that's in your mouth that doesn't belong there. And then the bee pollen is total nutrition. And peppermint oil, there you go, a stimulating, refreshing taste. Bee propolis, that is what gets rid of any bacteria, fungus, virus, anything that would invade a beehive. A bee will smear it all over the place, and that's why a beehive can never be infected. You'll never see an infected beehive infected with any fungus, virus, bacteria. They wrap it in bee propolis. Then there's bloodroot. Bloodroot, that has a dual function, really. Bloodroot is an herb that hardens the enamel of the teeth. When you look up the herb bloodroot under products, under single herbs, tells you all about bloodroot. Of course, that will all disappear, and it'll have to go to my church website, because all this information will be taken away from the public.
I heard it, so.
Yeah, so as of Monday. So anyway, but right now it's still there. If you went to products and clicked on B for bloodroot, and there in the list and clicked on bloodroot, you'd see it hardens the teeth. And so does black walnut harden the teeth. And clove oil strips plaque off of the teeth, and so does the peppermint oil. Those oils strip plaque off of teeth and freshen the breath. And clove oil gets rid of sensitive teeth. If you go to a doctor, just before he sticks a needle in your gums, he's going to put some clove oil on it. And so there it is, some clove oil. And so it gets rid of sensitive teeth. Magnolia bark, that remineralizes the teeth and hardens the enamel of the teeth. And there you have it, a complete and total formulation that when you just rinse your mouth, if you don't need to brush your teeth, you can rinse and refresh your breath as a gargle. Or you can swallow it. It's like a natural antibiotic. It's swallowing it. But first you brush your teeth and first you gargle and spit it out. Then maybe the last, if you had one more, you hold it in your mouth for a little bit till you got tired of it, and then swallow it. And when you do that, then you're going to just make sure and sweeten your entire intestinal tract, so that any odor coming from your entire intestines and your mouth will be nothing but peppermint and cloves. And whoever your love interest is, well, she's going to just think you are the greatest thing since popcorn. So, I'm glad I made you laugh. So anyway, so that's why that's so cool. It's really a fun thing, and as you, like I say, and as you go into conditions, and you click on T for teeth, and then you click on teeth build enamel, it lists all the oral care refresh. It lists its originator, where I originated it first, as drops that were concentrated, and all you could take was like a couple of drops in your mouth, but it even was kind of burny and so forth. But then I enlarged the formula and went from the concentrate to the oral care refresh, and added the xylitol and the magnolia bark and just made a much better formulation that works so well. I just love. I don't use the $14.99 anymore. Now I just use the $14.98. Just use the one, the oral care refresh, brush or rinse. But anyway, in that list there, when you're looking under teeth build enamel, you'll see in there number 7920. Number 7920, that's a So Fresh toothbrush. It actually helps you floss as you brush. I found that brush maybe 15 years ago, and I love that brush, and it was way ahead of its time then, and I've never found a better toothbrush since. So that's it. I think those were some ideas. And the only other thing is colon and liver cleansing and detoxification, and building up your nutrition with that number 3600 super green foods. That would be a powerful thing for you to do, because it will detoxify you, and and it will also boost your immune system huge when you're using the super green foods, because it's detoxing you, taking out the lead and the mercury and all kinds of other toxins in the body all at the same time. So that's why I say that those are nourishment and superfoods that you would really want to be thinking about, and some of the things that you might be looking to do. When you click on that number 3600 Super Green Foods, there's a cereal recipe in there that I eat every day. And I might skip a day or two, but most every day. And because I love it, and it tastes wonderful, and it's a way to get down an incredible, super nutritious breakfast. It's a breakfast recipe, right there in the.
it's already a cereal, or I could just put it in like my breakfast, huh?
Yep, you can put it right in with your breakfast. This is a breakfast cereal recipe, and or you can use my recipe, or use some of the ingredients of my recipe, or you can just take and sprinkle some of this right on your own cereal, and get it done, stir it in, and so forth. And all you're gonna do is feel more nourished than ever before, more detoxified than ever before. Your skin will look better than ever before. That's what this will do for you. The number 3600 Super Green Foods.
Okay. All right, I think that you pretty much answered my question, but I want to ask you also about I know y'all was talking about the colloidal silver too, and I was just wondering, some people say you shouldn't use it, and there's other people saying that it actually does help, and I didn't know.
It helps, but you have to be responsible. It's one of those things that you can't just take every single day. Where people get in trouble with colloidal silver water is they find out it works so wonderfully, they're afraid to put it down because they're afraid whatever happens is going to come back again. Well, you know what I'm saying? So they don't. So they keep taking it, and they keep taking it, and you're only supposed to use it until you're done with whatever you're doing. It takes 3 days to get over pneumonia with 3 glasses of colloidal silver water every day for 3 days. No more pneumonia. So after that, you might you don't want to keep taking it. Then you might cut the dose in half for 3 days. Then cut the dose in half again, and then just discontinue it. You know what I mean?
And I understand exactly what you're saying. You don't just keep using it. You use it.
Yeah, and then the next time, if you get a cold or a flu, or if you burn yourself, because it's a burn spray too, and it's also a spray for any kind of bacteria, fungus, virus, or infections. You can spray a wound, because silver salve is in every burn ward in the world. Every burn ward in the world has silver salve. Reason why: no bacteria, fungus, or virus can grow in the presence of silver. So when you have that generator that I created about 35 years ago, that generator will give you the ability to both purify water that's drinkable, but it's got bacteria, funguses, and viruses, and just would make you sick. It'll sterilize that, because it'll kill every fungus and virus and bacteria in that glass of water, even if you're in Mexico or anywhere else. And so then you can drink water you couldn't drink before. It's not going to take water that's a glass full of mud. It's not going to sterilize it, no. But it is going to take some water and it's portable, that if you're somewhere in the middle of nowhere and you got no water, and you see some water that's been sitting somewhere so long and you have no idea what might be in it, maybe some things around it are a little dead, and you're afraid to drink it, and you should be, then you could put it into a glass or plastic and stick 2 rods down in there and purify that within about 10 minutes, and make medicine water out of it at the same time. And you can drink it, and you can splash it on. If there's a burn, the burn will clear up, and if the pain of the burn will go away immediately when you use it that way. So colloidal silver water is incredible, but you use it for as long as you're sick and as long as you need it, and then even if it's a month or 2 months after that, you got to quit and wait until, if you're really sick, so sick that you don't heal up for a month or 2 months, maybe there's a terrible, something going on, a terrible plague, but that would be a miracle, because if it can kill pneumonia and anything within 3 days, 3 glasses a day, 10 or 12 ounce glasses, 3 of them a day, and it clears up pneumonia in 3 days, that it's pretty powerful stuff. Yet it's totally friendly to our tissues, because all it's doing is penetrating a bad cell, fungus, virus, bacteria, disabling the oxygen, and the cell dies. That's all it's doing. It's not harming any of our cells. It's not harming our tissues. It's totally friendly and good for our tissues, but it's a metal, and it can build up in the body. So we are, we use it with prudence and thanksgiving.
Okay. I was already going to get one of those. I've been trying to figure out for a long time, and I heard them talking on the radio. So then you came on. I was like, okay, so this is who they was talking about. And then y'all just started explaining everything. I was like, I think I'll try that out. As far as just having one on me, I think it'll be good for me in the future. I'll put it to you like that.
Yeah. Well, my brother, I guess we've answered the questions. Is there anything else for me?
Just one more question. I'm gonna get the stuff that we went over. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I'm gonna try to do that right now. But the question I have for you: have you ever? You've heard of the folliculitis, right?
Yes, I have. I have heard of it.
What actually causes it? Like, is this some type of virus that goes around and kind of like airborne or something like that?
I believe it's a bacterial type of infection, and it's. But I don't know that much about it. I'd have to do a little research to get, right up on that specific bacteria and cause and so forth. But the main thing is there's so many of those things, and then they get hybrid and they get stronger. And you measure them one time, and the next time you measure them, they're twice as strong, and so forth. So that's what's happening to a lot of bacteria and viruses and funguses. They're getting stronger, we're getting weaker, and so that's why we need to step up our nutrition and our approach and find out about these non-harmful things that can be helpful. And we're not promising cures here, but we are talking about things that could be helpful, and maybe we'll do your doctor a favor. He wouldn't have to be worrying about you so much.
Very much it.
So all right.
I appreciate your help. I really do, because I've been dealing with this for some time now. I'm sick of it, man.
Yeah,
I want to get rid of it.
Yeah, you let me know how this is working for you as we go along, because I will continue to pray about it, and I know that the Heavenly Father does speak through me in the Spirit and gives me this gift, and I'm glad to share it for the glory and for the victory of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And we claim a healing here, and we thank and praise and worship the Most High. Yeshua, thank you so much, dear Heavenly Father, for this brother's receiving this healing in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Praise the Most High.
Praise the Most High. Shalom.
All right, okay. Check your email.
I'll be checking my email. Okay, I will.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye.